All right. Yeah. So Alex, you know, I consider you like an friend pretty much, but really, I mean, my car, like, I think, financially and stuff like that, I'm much becoming much more stable and things like that compared to when I first met you and stuff. And I think I'm ready to kind of seek, and especially after all the like, the amazing guidance that and things like that you're giving me and stuff. I've always wanted to like, learn empty force from you, but really like, I think my heart's kind of telling me like, honestly, I want you as a teacher. Like I'm talking like official teacher and like that's after everything you told me yesterday. Like yesterday I was like, going through some stuff and there was a lot of drama that followed after and stuff like that. But like, you know, when you gave like I just felt the urge when I was like going through things in my mind. I was like, maybe I can call Alex and like I don't even know why I did that because I hate to bother people like that and be like, hey, can I talk to you? Because I hate to waste people's times because everybody's busy and like I'm super busy too and stuff. But I just had the urge to call Alex and stuff. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that like my heart's telling me right now that I think I want you just much like Max Reader, regards you as a, you know, teacher. Like I think I want to be in the same position where like I think I want to officially make you my teacher. I just wanted to in the past just wanted to learn first from you, but I felt like the wisdom that you have is far more important because Alex is such a blunt guy. He doesn't lie. Like he just tells you how it is and stuff. And I feel like I need those types of people instead of people that are telling me that are kind of sugarcoating and telling me like what I want to hear. Alex tells me what I need to hear, and like really that's so important. And Alex said that some people really like him and some people don't like him because he tells the truth. But I think for me, like I need people that are blunt that'll tell me like, hey, you're screwing up and stuff. Um, so I just wanted to say that real quick,
Thanks so much.
Alex.
Um, because
I was
people
gonna say,
say I'm the demotivator. Because I'm not here to motivate, I'm here to inspire. And motivation always needs someone in the outside to kick your ass that you go forward. And I think you are too weak and too stupid if you constantly need someone to kick your ass, even in a training. You should be inspired out from the heart to do something to create and enjoy life. Otherwise, you will always be in this victim position of needing someone. And that's the difference being a guru or teaching self-mastery. Being a guru, it's quite easy. I could go to India and have my big followership and my temple. But for me, it was more like, how can I teach self-mastery that a way that people can see the quality, accept it, and also go forward without having the need, but having the love to go this way. And then it's very hard because nowadays people just want to be served very quickly with something to have a fast gain, but hardly people stay longer to really go into deeper levels of training. And it's the same problem finding good students, the same problem to finding good teachers. And so for me, it was just I went to so many extremes. And for me, I always questioned everything and everyone. And I think it's good to question everything. Even when I've been in Thailand or Asia at some places in temples, I say, I don't need your book knowledge. What have you learned in life from the setting, what you're training? What is the outcome for what you teach? Because if you just read out from the book, yeah, I can read by myself. I don't need you to read some sentences out from the book. I want your real life experience, and therefore we learn much more if we can connect to the story of a person. And that's why I shared so much of my stupid stories where I have no emotion attached to it anymore, just to show people, hey, if I can do it, everyone can do it. And because I was once also a very weak person, afraid, ill, all the stuff. And then I just made my way, and everyone can do it. And so for me, it was more like, okay, how can we find more people to really want to make a better change for the world? And you have to begin with yourself for this.
yeah, yeah, well said. Alex, you told me about this yesterday. I don't know what the exact technique is called, but like I like to call it reverse affirmation. I guess that's the word I coined for it. But you always tell me, like a lot of times manifesting coaches and manifesting teachers say, like say you want a particular outcome, like you want more money, tell yourself you want, you have, be specific and like, say like, like for me, for instance, I want to get 10,000 followers.
If this would work, then we would have already so many millionaires, aren't we?
Yeah. Can you,
yeah. So where are all the fulfilling people after being at the coach who say, oh, just visualize? It's nonsense. I think for me, visualization works only for a handful of people who have a lot of energy. If you don't have energy, you can visualize what you want, it won't work. And that's the main problem. People taking some techniques without having the access. It's like I can give you a technique, but if you don't feel the energy, you can't move it. I can tell you, oh, for the psy wheel, oh, put your hands like this. But if you don't have a certain amount of energy, nothing will move.
Right.
It's the same
thing. It's the same with manifesting, yeah.
Of course, if you just try to believe, oh, I want to have like this, then it's like already a negative affirmation, because wanting is lack. So you tell your subconscious all the time that you don't have, I don't have this, I don't have that. You have to become it. And that's why I firstly always go into a negativity, because there is your fear, there is your doubt, there is your sabotage, why you're not achieving what you really want. And if you are not in balance with all the negativity, you can't go into positivity. Then you just lie with positive affirmation into your liver, and your liver gets angry because the liver understands all your fucking lies.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's so good. So
because
Alex, so
you're trying, and at the same time, it's always in the outside telling you you're fucking shit. Nothing is working. And you still try to believe, no, but someone told me I have to be positive. No. First, go fully into negativity, because this is the problem what will bring you down. Even if you're fully high on emotion, that's why so many people are with this chakra. They have the power in a seminar to jump maybe down 5 meters to get some experience. Oh, I can do it now. But how long does it hold? And I've seen so many people who go into a motivation speaker, they go up and fall double down. But double down emotionally, not just now about the meters as an exercise. They fall down mentally, broke everything. Why? Because the foundation is not set. They are not stable by failure. And if you're not stable with failing, then you will never be stable with winning. It's like winning €1 million, and then you will lose it in less than a month because you haven't walked away. At the same time with energy. I can give you a lot of energy. You can experience empty force, telekinesis, whatever, but you haven't generated it. And this is then, it's a self-lie. Of course, you can lie to yourself for a time. You can do self-hypnosis. You can reprogram a lot from your mind. But the only way to really have something embodied is to really stable know it that you can do it. And this comes over practice. It's like if you train for a handstand, it doesn't matter if you don't do the handstand for the next 5 years, you will still do it when you just stand up and you do it. Because you have trained it before such a long time. And the same is with life, you have to train. Of course you can have fast success because your body is already trained, your mind was trained from past life or whatever. There are always exceptions. But to say it, 90% who are coming to a seminar or whatever are no exception. They have a weak body, they have a weak mind, they just want to have a fast success, they want a fast healing. And then I just have to give more energy to that they can finally tap into this field of easy and emptiness so they have the experience. But if they don't train, if they don't follow what I was telling them, after 1-2 months the energy is away and then they're again in the same shitty life. But even after the seminar, the first months, boom, they manifest, they do everything is so nice. And for some people, they can hold this energy for a half year. And other people dismiss it even in the first week because they go back to the old field and they still connect them to the old field instead of that what they have already learned.
Yeah.
So the thing is, are you ready to become the person what you really want? And this means daily training, not just, oh, I meditate now and I'm a better person. No, you're still a shithole. You just shut the fuck up for 1 hour, but you're still the same shithole because your character didn't right, because you don't understand what you're doing. And I think there's a difference between psychology and spirituality. Because even psychology-wise, I can explain so much of your issue. This still has nothing to do with spirituality rightness. It's just like, oh, I learned a lot about different programs. Spirituality more means like the connection to your deeper spirit, to your soul, that you get the insight, your wisdom from inside. Then it's not something what I learned, what I tell you. It's something I'm in emptiness, I connect to your field, and then I channel or I get the wisdom information directly. There's just like one little part to understand. And many people just do psychology and NLP and hypnosis on other people, and people just getting fucked up and believe they have some certain powers. No. For the powers,
yeah. Alex, yeah. So, so let's just use this as an example. Like, so say, for instance, let's just use that as an example. They want to change that. What are some steps they should take? Like, say, they found out they have cancer. First, they should say, I want more cancer in my life. Is that the first thing they should do within themselves, you think?
It depends first, where is the cancer? Because there are many different cancers in the body what are connected to a certain emotion. And when you understand a certain emotion and you heal the emotion, then the cancer heals itself. Cancer is not a problem. We all have cancer cells. It's more like you have a problem, and then, how to say this? Then the cells trying to capsulate the problem. And so they capsulate just the problem, and this starts to grow because they want to encapsulate the toxin what is there. But the toxin is just an emotion. So there are so many ways to heal cancer. You can have a special diet, frequency, or energy healing. There's so many different ways. And from soup over many berries, by B17, there are so many things. But the first thing is always about in which stage are you already? Because there are many people who are just coming then to the healer when it's already too late. And then they say, oh, you didn't help me, I'm dying now. You come when you already have done nothing for over a year. So that's the thing, because the emotion creates reality. And let's say like a bladder cancer or whatever, it's connected to letting go and what emotion is still stuck in your system. So one thing what I say, it's like, oh, say I love the cancer, I want more cancer. And when you say this out loud, you immediately feel the resistance. Why should I say this? But the thing is, how more you have resistance about something, how more you're fighting, how more you're stuck. So when this is the problem, I have to invite it and I can move it. The same as in martial art. If you go against it, you're running against force. So it's like principle from Aikido, Tai Chi, that you just take the person, redirect it. And the same is with every kind of illness. You have to fully accept it and then you can redirect it. Every kind of problem. And if I can't be neutral, then I will have a problem. I have to be neutral to death. I have to be neutral to any kind of symptom, because it's just a symptom, it's not the illness. It starts first in the information field, goes then into the emotional body, and the emotional body manifested in the physical body. So you have to go back into the information and the emotional field to clean it up, and then the body can heal inside. And this you can also interview Max, because he is doing my techniques now for so many years. He got so many followers and he helped already so many people with all the healing seminars, with paralyzed, with everything, because It's just his way now to bring all this stuff out. For me, I'm not so in healing anymore. For me, I prefer much to teach self-mastery, because when you become a healer, you constantly have victims around you who just want to, oh, please give me this, please give me this. And you just get annoyed after doing this over 15 years, just constantly helping people. I still help people when I feel, oh, it's the right intuition. But I prefer much more to teach instead of just being constantly the helping guru. That you know how to heal yourself, that you know how to teach yourself. Because otherwise you depend on me, and I don't like any kind of dependency, because I'm teaching freedom and self-mastery.
Mm-hmm.
And that's much harder.
Yeah. What that's so beautifully said. I mean, when you're experiencing any kind of problems, not just perhaps illness, like that's the attitude you need to have. Like, like, where am I stuck? And like, you have to like fully embody that. And then once you can embody that, you can just let it go. Am I right on that? Right about that?
Yeah, because how to explain it even easier? If I push you now, what is your body doing? If I push you now by force, what do you do ordinary?
Push back.
Yeah, you tense up, and because you don't want to be pushed, right? So everything where you push against, it will push back. So, and the same is with a problem. The same is with a person now emotionally. You don't like a person, you hate him, immediately energetically you feel all the time the tension when you feel this person. So if I pull you, what do?
Pull back, yeah.
Yeah, you also go into tension, you don't want to be pulled. But if I come to you and I slowly, softly push you, playfully, you start playing, because my intention is I don't want anything from you. I don't want to push you or pull you. I don't want to tell you what you have to do. I just play with you. And
So sorry, Alex. I think because of the connection, that part got cut out. Can you say that? Can you say that part one more time? So when someone is trying to push you, you have to slowly, playfully push back. Can you explain that one more time?
The thing is, when I push you with joy, you have less resistance, because I'm not in wanting. I'm playing with you. It's like when we do some wrestling. We both have fun. We both feel our bodies, and we have fun. So there's no aggressivity coming up or resistance. You're more like, oh, how can I feel the other person? And the same is with the problem. You have to come in contact with the problem. But by pushing just with violence, we don't want to be in connection with the problem. We don't want to be in connection with the tumor. We don't want to be in connection with the person. Therefore, we create more friction, we create more energy, we create more drama. But if I can go directly into the connection and say, hey, Ken, why are you such an asshole now? And how can we solve this problem? Instead of just talking on your back, you're a fucking asshole, and constantly sending bad energy to you, say, hey, what is the problem? Tell me. How can we make a solution? So I try to invite you into conversation, not just blaming you. So you can see the same principle in talking to people, or even physically, energetically, it's all the same. And that's why you can immediately prove this theory by the body, by healing, by everything. Go in contact with the illness. What is the message from your so-called illness? What is the gain? Because you don't manifest anything in life without the gain.
Wow.
Even if you do from your ego, say, why should I have a gain when I'm lying in my bed for 2 weeks? Yeah, because maybe you should shut up. Just relax for 2 weeks, work like a crazy monkey. So everything comes for a reason. Everything goes for a reason.
Yeah, that's so well said. I mean, man, this is one of the most profound things that I think Alex discovered, and I think this is probably this concept like really embodies Alex, because Alex is known for empty force and stuff, and like empty force in its essence is exactly that. And like, his philosophy on life is pretty much about like, when there's someone's pushing you, playfully resist. Like that's so beautiful, you know. And I need to embody that, because I feel like a lot of times what I do is someone's pushing me, I'm like, I back away, like, bye, I'm running away, I'm going.
But this
You know?
thing is what I'm releasing in the seminars, because it's not about pushing around people with energy. For me, it's how can I heal all this fear that I'm getting pushed? How I can heal? Because what is the reason why so many martial artists are training all this nonsense? Because they want to feel stronger and undefeatable. Because they are so feared and they have all childhood problems because they got slapped from the father or from someone else.
Yeah.
And that's how they try to build muscles up or bodybuilder. It's all the same program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I talk about that for a little bit? So like, you know, I still watch mixed martial arts a lot, and like, you know, I pretty much watch like all combat sports. I've wrestled and did jiu-jitsu and did MMA and stuff. Not that I was good. I was very unsuccessful at it, but like, you know, at a high level, you know, I was, you know, from a low tier level, I was so, I guess. But, you know, like, I asked myself, like, what led me to that? And it's probably, it's probably the trauma. Like, it's probably just me wanting to be a tough guy. I want to be strong. I need to feel strong. Why did I get into TK? Because like, oh, I want to be like Jedi. I want to be strong. Like, you know, like that's what got me into it and stuff. And it's still my motivation, honestly. I'm not going to deny that. But like, that's an aspect of myself that I feel like, and I think that's why it's so important for me to like have Alex the teacher moving forward, is because I one like this insecurity, this lack of confidence. Like I always look at myself and say, wow, why am I so weak? Like, because I've been so weak, you know, throughout my life, you know, and like even like with TK and stuff, like I'm only moving style wheels. Like, why can't I be like John Chang or whatever? You know, it's just, you know, like that type of insecurity is always there. And and then, you know, these are all insecurities.
Like I said to you already, everything is a placeholder of love.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand this sentence, then you know you always just try to compensate any kind of hobby, any kind of sport, any kind of work, just because you have not enough love. And when you reach later at this love level, then it doesn't matter what you do anymore. Then you just do it.
Yeah.
But it's not about getting acceptance or attention. Then you just do it because you have fun with it. Then also the quality will totally change what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I hear like some of the most successful.
But if you just do martial arts to beat someone up, it's because then you're stupid. Then you don't understand martial art. Then you're just like a psychopath. You're not better than any other criminal. You're not better than any fucking stupid soldier killing other people because the government tells them. You're stupid. You're a slave.
That's true. That's so true. Yeah, because there's something much more.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a
mind. You have no mind. You're just a stupid person who needs to use violence because it's the only way where you can feel strong.
You were a very high level Taekwondo guy. I've never done Taekwondo, but you're a very high level Taekwondo guy, right?
No, I wouldn't say high level. I just trained it a lot. But I never. We had play classical Taekwondo here. There were no competition. It's not on point. We had no protection. We are stopping like 1 centimeter in front of the face. So this was mostly the training. It was a good training, but also there the teacher, Korean teacher, old school.
Oh yeah, very
no
old
empathy,
school.
no knowledge. Sometimes like very stiff in his viewpoint.
Yeah. That's kind of how I mean, I grew up in Japan, so I know exactly how the Asian culture is. So like, you know, like, well, but what led you to Taekwondo though? Like, was it?
My father did it.
Oh, your father did. Oh, I didn't know that.
Because my father had strong ear problems. It like was constantly ringing out some yellow substance, and he got many problems with the ears over 20 years. And through the Taekwondo training, it got better. His body got
Oh,
better and
interesting.
inflammation disappeared, and that's why he was still training Taekwondo. And then I started when I was maybe 12. Then I stopped again because my father created some problems. And then I started again, I think, when I was 14. And then I was training 6 times a week. I trained all the time. I was fully in love with Taekwondo at that time. Then I was 17. I had 2 ear operations. Then I couldn't train. I was a long time in hospital. Then I started again. And then I started actually with 19, then with breakdance, and did more breakdance. And then I went to another city to study sports science, and so changed a lot. For me, I tried all kind of martial arts, what was around me, because for me I was always interested, okay, what's their concept? And for me, physical wise, the training from Taekwondo was very good, because you're on a high pace, you're flexible, things are going fast. If you want to go more into self-defense, Krav Maga, it's much better for the self-defense. It's always like, for what are you training for? What is your aim? And yeah, I tried many different. But later it was much more, okay, I went to so much extreme stuff. I'm also getting older, so what is more healthy for my body? What is more useful? And because I was first so extreme in the body, then I totally let go everything from my body and just was cultivating the mind. That's why I went more than in all different kind of meditation and qigong, tested all different kind of qigongs and neigong and teacher, because I felt more like, this is the path with what I will get old.
Like, what? Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. Like, were you like a runner too at one point?
Yeah, I was professional in triathlon and decathlon.
Yeah. So like, I mean, you were like.
I started when I was 17, yeah. So I had already good conditioned, trained body from Taekwondo, and so I was good then later in running. But at first I was very bad in running. I just made for fun a half marathon, and from 4,500 I was on 500 without having any training on marathon. And so I did the half marathon there in Austria. And it was not so bad, I think, in 1 hour, 38 minutes without any training for the 20 kilometers. And so that's the reason why I started like athletics, and then with decathlon, and then triathlon. But how more you go into healing, how less you do things like this. You don't need to challenge yourself. And for me, it was always, I want to challenge myself more. How can I go over this border? But I never felt what is the same border for me, because I was so extreme. And so this was one very important thing that I had to learn. I said, why I'm doing this? It was not about, look, everyone, how good I am. It was more for myself. I didn't want to get any recognition. So people even gave me compliment. I couldn't even take it, because just normal. I'm doing this training. And so it was mostly just that I feel I'm good enough, but not for anyone. In the beginning, maybe the father, to get the acceptance from the father when I was young. But when I realized this is totally nonsense, then everything disappeared. It disappeared, I think, when I finished my sports science degree, and my father tried to force me into something, and I said, hey, if you believe that this is helpful, that you don't give me money or whatever, then do it. And I was totally like disconnecting all these contracts to my father. And so then I was free and said, hey, I love you, but yeah, I live my own life and you live your own life. I'm not here to tell you, or that you tell me what I have to do. I was 28 at that time.
28. Oh wow. Alex, so sorry to ask you. Like, could you talk to me about this a little bit? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong about this. You never really had like a formal career. Am I correct on that?
Depends.
In other words, like you never had you never had like a 9-to-5 job. Like I still have.
Yeah, of course I had when I was young.
You did. Oh, okay.
No, I was a mechanic.
Oh, you were. Oh, I didn't know about that. Okay.
I was I studied mechanical engineer in the school, in
Oh,
the
okay.
high school. Then I was working, I think, 1.5 years, and there are only stupids and alcohol. I don't want to stay there. And that's why I studied later to go to the university. And then I studied sports science and Spanish for some time.
Oh.
And so I was always much more later in teaching sport, like from breakdance, from salsa, from cheerleaders, acrobatics, parkour, free running. This is what I've done mostly in my 20s. And then
It's what at some point you left all that behind to become a traveler, to become uh you know to start doing seminars and things like that, to make a living. What shifted in you to say, like, I'm not going to work a 9 to 5 anymore, I'm just going to strictly follow this path of travel and exploring and things like that? What was that turning point for you in your mind?
I think I had a good example, like my brother, who is 7 years older than me and lives in Ecuador for a long time. And so he invited me to come over. And it was the first time that I saw outside from Europe that there are totally different people. So at that time I was there, it was 2006. Like, it really touched my heart because a human counted for being a human being, and not like in Europe, who are you, what can you do? So in Europe, it's all about, oh, show me what you can. Otherwise, you're nobody. And in South America at that time, it was shot, oh, you're a stranger. Why do you come here? They wanted really to know who you are. And I felt much more touched by their heart. Like, wow, they are finally human beings. Because I also didn't knew this, because you're in this program of functioning. So I think this was a very big change in me. I said, wow, my life changed because of this. Was yeah, 14, it's already 18 years ago. Damn.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this was a big part where I saw, oh, actually, why I'm trying so much to be complete, why I'm trying to be the best in sport, or why I'm trying to do this or that. Who do I try to impress with? What is this constantly search of getting better? And yeah, then I could finally relax. And
Wow.
even try to meditate and then this and that. And even one time, I think in my 5th Vipassana, I went there and I was like, oh, what technique I would train secretly because it's too basic what they're doing. And I thought, just like Anapana, I want to do a little bit, maybe some Qigong or other exercises. And then on the second day, I was like, why I'm here? Am I still so aim driven that I have to become something after the 10 days, or to impress something what I achieved after 10 days? I said, what the fuck? And then, boom, had this realization. And I felt like Baloo the bear, like with Bare Necessities. I felt like this deep joy and just being here. There's nothing to do than just to be. And then I had like so many different other spiritual experiences. But first to really see like how strongly driven I have been, that, oh, I need to accomplish something, I need to finish something. And this is always good to ask, like, okay, but who are you when you have achieved the 1 million? Who are you if you've achieved now levitation? What does really change? Why does it really matter? If you're not happy right now what you do, you won't be happy even when you do levitation afterwards.
Yeah.
Because then you gained another ability, but inside you're still empty. You don't still feel fulfilled. Because the only way is to give the love and acceptance to yourself. And then in the outside it may come or not. It doesn't matter, because you are already pure in love with the state what you are.
Yeah, well said. I do you know about David Goggins, Alex, the runner guy?
David,
Yeah, the African Navy SEAL guy who runs a lot and stuff. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we don't have to talk about him. Yeah, that's unnecessary to talk. He's
No,
not
no,
a. What's that?
explain, please.
Oh, so like David Goggins is like a well-known ultra marathon runner and stuff, and he runs a lot, and he's very inspirational guy. I look up to him. I still, even though like he's like he was like maybe a super extreme version of Alex in the past and stuff, I still have a ton of respect for him. But his whole message
You
is
have
all about
to see like why people are doing a certain thing. Even like Wim Hof or whatever. Why are people so driven to do something extreme? And I know also many extreme marathon runners or whatever, mountain runners, and sometimes I'm asking them, oh, when is it enough?
Yeah.
How long do you still want to torture yourself? What is the gain from it?
Yeah.
Who do you want to impress? And that's the thing, because when you are so hard on yourself, it means also that this kind of people are also hard to other people. It's not a gentle person. A person who constantly like fights the everyone. Oh, big martial artist. How can you imagine this is a very gentle, loving person? And he's just constantly training young intention.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have both. To train both, to be flexible, to be fluid. There are ways to train if you go to Systema or Aikido. So things like, because everything what you train for a longer time, you become. Do you train everyday kindness and healing, or do you train everyday fighting with everyone? And many people forget what you do. When you're everyday miserable, you will be also in the future miserable. It's like, it's everything then is just a mirror of what you do daily. So if you don't feel happy, then you have to see what am I doing daily? And how can you just make a little adjustment, then you get more joy? That's why I even say people just do healing and constantly being in processes. Then I'm asking, when will you be finished finally with your process? And then people, oh, I'm in love, oh, I have more process, because then they believe, oh, I've done something for me, now I'm more healed. I said, no, you're in a constant process. You can't enjoy. You just do healing maybe 10% a day to look at some stuff, but do 90% what makes you happy. What brings you money? What brings you joy? Money follows happiness. Create something. Invest in something.
I love what you just said. Money follows happiness. That's so amazing. I wish your girlfriend Sarah was here, because I really want to hear the story for myself. Because like, my goodness, I wish I had more money so I can have more freedom and things like that. Not that I'm not like super broke like I was before, but
First rule, stop wishing.
yeah, I need to stop wishing. Yeah. I need to, okay. No more wishing and body money. Yeah,
because
let's talk about this a little bit, Alex.
I think it's a good topic now, just to finish this. Because there are so many people out there who don't have money. But there are so many people out there who got access to internet, and so many people who got a lot of information. You have gathered a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
So why you don't sell your information?
Yeah.
Because on the first place, it was you just wanted to investigate. And I had the same problem. I was maybe watching more than 1,000 videos a year about Atlantis, Lemuria, Asian technology, blah, 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 blah. It's beautiful, it's nice, but if you don't use it in any way, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have more than enough money, then you can waste so much time, it doesn't matter. When you don't need to look for your food and for your shelter, then waste as much time as you want. But if you're still like in this level where you are afraid of any kind of bill, then you need to heal first this section before you do anything else. No distraction about UFO, energy, or whatever. You have to heal your life first before you go into other topics what is just interesting.
Yeah, no, that's so true. Yeah, that's so true. I thank you for saying that, because like for me, before, I mean, before I feel like I would have been, looking back in hindsight, would have been far more successful rather than doing energy work than to
Yeah.
like than telekinesis and all this kind of stuff, than to as
Look, you
opposed to
could
doing
have
that.
already a big followership on YouTube. You can have your own membership. You could have already everything if you just have invested a little bit in marketing and business. But your intention was not there. Your full stuff was how to find someone and how to interview them and how to put out information. But you didn't finish the whole thinking process. You just was thinking about gathering, sharing, gathering, sharing. But the whole business plan behind all this, that's why we were constantly broke again, emotionally, financially, because the whole system was more like a nice vision, but not a good planned mission.
Yeah, no, it's so true. Yeah, because I always have this resistance, like, but if I sell how to do telekinesis, like I'm, like everybody else is doing, I feel like I'm copying everybody else, but also, like I'm gonna be
Okay,
judged as a
that's the
teacher,
main
like,
problem with
yeah, all this kind of stuff. Yeah,
being individual, because actually what we are all doing is constantly copying. That's the normal way of learning. Because even the old Shaolin, you need to fully copy the teacher to get it. It's the fastest way of learning is copying. We do it all the time.
yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah,
So the thing is, um, even it's not good seen in breakdancing when you copy a movement, but the thing is, every kind of movement from six step to top rock, everyone invented and anyone invented it, and we are all copying the basic, and then we just mixture with different other stuff to make our wording in the dance. But first, we all copy a movement. There is no originality. Maybe later how you combine it, but it's for me it's totally nonsense because we all get inspired from something constantly. You look outward, you see a leaf, you see the underneath. Oh, I'm like boom, waving like a tree or whatever. We constantly are copying. It's our nature. The only thing is just like copy it and make it better. That's
copy it and make it better.
all the business. If you want to be successful with a business, look at someone's business, copy it, and make it better. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
the
that's
saying is
true.
coming from fake it till you make it. But the main problem is if you just fake it, then you're still a faker. So you have to come closer to start to embodying. That's why you have your personal note. But first, you just have to copy the basic step to even go there. Because there are just normal steps how you train a certain thing. Because imagine now you need to figure out how to do the handstand by yourself. It will take a lot of time. You will
That's
waste,
true. Yeah,
you will waste so much time if you just go to one professional who has done it and he will teach you in 1 week. And if you would
yeah,
do it for yourself, you would need minimum 1 year. Not now anymore, but before we had internet, everything took so much longer because we didn't have the information.
yeah,
It takes so much longer because the field is not informed. But if you go, let's say you go to a jiu-jitsu place who is one of the world best, you will learn in this much faster than if you just go to another one for 1 month. Why?
yeah.
Because the field of professional working, faster, effective working is already there. The same is with love, relationship, money. It's everywhere.
Yeah, no, well said. I mean, I needed to hear that, and like I think I'm driven to definitely sell some type of, maybe not perhaps a tutorial, but like I feel like, I mean, I've gained so much knowledge that like I can definitely share what I've learned from all these people and stuff, and like,
Yeah, you
and
can
and
see
you know, and
all
like even
the
even even the reverse affirmations and all these, you know, like, the the slight
invitation.
resistance and things like that. Like I learned so much today, and like, yeah, I can share that in my own words, and I can say, hey, I learned this from Craig, and yeah, it's just, I could do that.
So it's more like, what do you really want to do in your life? And if you feel, oh, this is what I want to do, then you look who else did it already, from whom can I learn it, where can I support the same vision, can we work somewhere together, and what can we do? And then we get more momentum, bring more people together, or go to a totally different field. But mostly everything is already done. It's more like, oh, are you ready to be famous? Are you ready to be different than everyone else? Let's say there are many so-called empty force masters, but no one is doing it like me, because I totally found a different way of doing it and teaching it for the life, what is useful, and not just showing, oh, I can push people around. It's totally rubbish. It's nonsense. If you just do it for that, then you haven't understand the whole philosophy behind it. For me, it's total stupidity to just show, oh, I can push someone away with a punching or whatever. It's nonsense. It's more about how can I apply the philosophy in daily life that I stop fighting. Stop fighting, start inviting. Invite what you love in life and stop fighting against what you don't like. Don't waste time on the things you don't like. The only reason I'm posting so much shit, what's going on in the world, is that people can release their resistance about the shit, to take it fully in, release it, go into peace, and manifest what you really want. Because as long as you're afraid of all the microchips, all the ideas from Agenda 2020, then you are even bringing it closer to you because you're afraid of it. Energy starts to manifest. Emotion creates reality. That's you have to let go of the fear that you will be in totalitarianship and in a big worldly prison. It's the agenda. It will happen in the next 5 years. So, but at the same time, look, okay, when I know this will happen, that we will have crypto dollar, crypto euro already in this year, they want to forbid the cash, then it's time for you to connect with other people. Where do I have friends at the farm to get my own food, because every food is poisoned? So these are already where you don't see, oh fuck, we are all in a critical crisis and the Federal Reserve Bank don't know what to do. Every crisis is a big possibility and the potential to find something different, what is better. But people are so stuck with the past and don't want to move out from their comfort zone, and therefore they are trapped and isolated and they're constantly fighting.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes so much sense. And
because I think it's many people know already what's going on, but many people don't. Oh, but what is the solution? And the solution is we have to come to be together, all the human beings, to really say, oh, if you want to have this shit, then stay in the city. If you want to live freely, then go back to the woods where we come from. And I think this will be a new social system. You have both. You have the crazy people like from Demolition Man from the 90s, with the high-tech people shitting in a different hole. And then you have the people who are still living underground and making their own stuff. The thing is just like, where is your focus?
Yeah.
Energy for attention. That's very important to know. It doesn't matter if it's about money or about energy. It's just about how much energy can you shift now from your focus.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, all this stuff you taught me today was so profound, and I learned so much today.
Oh, someone help them.
Yeah, so I think I was like, slightly hoping that maybe I could meet his girlfriend for the first time and get to hear her incredible story of manifesting a lot of money and things like that. But I think we'll reserve that for next time. Since looks like she couldn't make it in time and things like that.
Yeah, I think maybe you can do it later in an hour.
Oh yeah. How about this? Can we end this and can I just call you back on Skype in an hour?
Yeah. Let me just cut it.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do that. But this was the Craig. Really, guys, I'll say this one more time. I think I'm ready to, have Alex as a teacher, officially soon and things like that, and really learn his entire philosophy, his entire system from empty force to like the money healing and all these other, other concepts that maybe he hasn't quite shared it yet and things like that. Because I think it's so important for me, because I feel like I'm ready to finally this year, like reach the stage where I'm gonna go to the top, because I've been holding back for so long and stuff. But I mean, I feel like I'm ready.
And stop stopping yourself.
Yeah, because I mean, and not to be arrogant, but I really do think that I can do it, and I can do it big, and like, by having the crate, well, not just him, but
what is maybe also interesting for you, now there's an online healing summit, American Healing Summit, and there are many also big speakers there. And that's the thing, it's why people are doing this kind of congresses, to connect the people, to bring the people together who are on the same page of healing, on diet, on how they want to live the life. And that's why it's very important that we all come together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that sounds like a great summit. You're going to be a speaker?
Yes.
Wow, that's very profound. Yeah, I saw like the list of names on your Instagram. I was like, whoa, he's talking with some really high level people. So it looks like Alex is really propelling himself to like the next level as well, as far as like everything else is concerned.
Came out from a dark hole. I'm getting again interviews.
Yes, definitely. So, well, Alex, I think we'll end this call for now. So can I call you back in an hour? Is that okay?
Easy.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, well, I will call you back in an hour, Alex, and we will resume this conversation.